he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Come back, come back. Two jet. Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, Locke. And Daniels has it left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Luck on 1st down. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a 1st down again.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Throwing is Locke. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Here's Watson now on second down. He's going to rifle one deep. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. After the interception, here's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think.
And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball down.
It got his man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 58 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. first and 10. Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Gotta like what we're seeing from him so far in this game. This is the 3rd game of the season, and he's already accumulated an AFC Offensive Player of the Week award in this young year.
Yeah, week 2 was his. The announcement came Wednesday that he got that award. Watson. Smith catches left side. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. First and 10 at the 19. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. Hopkins, his second touchdown on the season, and the Texans have taken the early lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
12. Gun. Hey, easy.
Second and 10, Luck again. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it's London football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Steps away to his left. And Daniels has it over the middle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, I'd say we're well past the time that we're trying to work out the kinks of the season, aren't we? We're already into week 3, and he's looking really, really strong. Already has won an AFC Player of the Week award.
Yeah, did that a week ago in week 2 with runs like that and then some. Here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to the air. Locke on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
11.
On 1st down, it's Locke. Being chased out left. Lee's got it over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the play.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Locke. This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now it's Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Come back, come back. Richmond, Richmond. Richmond, Richmond. Tiger, Tiger, Tiger.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Second down, here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Throwing on third down, Watson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On second down, Kamara. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
To throw is Lott. Eluding the pressure right. Wiggles free. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And on now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Here's Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Watson making up for some lost time here in season number 2. He's got the Texans on the move with a first down. Now a first down throw, Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And now back out comes the offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
11 feet.
Now a first down throw. Luck. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one is no good. He missed it. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And now running right through it. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there out of Kamara. 45 yards. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Right back to him on first down. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. To throw on second down is Luck.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. This offense so far on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, look at that. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 21. To throw is Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Come back, come back.
Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kiki QT with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans will extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play in their defense while they continue to score on offense?
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle, and that's caught inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Yeah, he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Find a way to get everything kick-started. As you noted, he has their only touchdown, so he's had the most success in the game thus far.
Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They'll fake it. Now Luck. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Try to pound it in from there. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. In for the score. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. If you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. They worked out for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing again is Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game, and the Texans will add on to their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Richmond. 2 jet.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jabal Sheard able to get in and run him down for what will be a loss of 15 yards. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hodges. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
He finds his target, Fuller. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They run it again with Kamara. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, when you've got a running back who's already gone over 100 yards for the game, you can bet he'll be involved on 4th and short. He's been tough for this defense to handle all game long, and he converts here to keep the drive moving.
Here's Locke. Now he's forced out right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
23 yards on the play. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Again, Luck. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're in man, you've got to cover just like a guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Luck. Throw left side complete. That's Lee. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter. You're going. One last throw here for Luck. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Reed. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Texans, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.